Phoenix of the team.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We got another chart talk coming at you. It's September 6th. The summer is officially behind us from a Wall Street's look. And, we're starting to get some volume back in the market. We're seeing a lot of volatility out there. We got some more selling today. But is it going to precede a move higher soon? Who's to say? So let's go to the market outlook real quick. I'll share the screen. Got the right one up. All right, so here's the S&P. Here's the SPY. We ran into this resistance a few weeks ago. It's just been hardcore selling ever since. It seems like, we're just kind of poised to come down and test this area. There's a myriad of headwinds within the market. The Fed, Jerome Powell came out and said, so this is where we're looking to buy more, tech stocks and more market related items. But Jerome Powell came out and said they have to be more aggressive when raising interest rates because inflation's still a problem. And then we got news Friday that Russia was cutting off the Nord Stream, which is how they get gas into Europe. So Europe's looking like a real dark winter, looking real cold over there. Just a bunch of headwinds that point to lower price in the market. Very simple. We look at the 10-year. I feel you're going to talk about this. I read the big picture. I thought that was a really good take. You said the 10-year needs to retest these highs, and then that would probably cause a bottom in the S&P, and that would probably land us right around this 375, 370. So I'm definitely in agreement with you there. I'm going to focus on energy for the time being. I think those stocks go higher. But as a broad market outlook, I think we should be ready to experience extreme volatility on our way down here. So now if you look at some of these times where, we went from March 30th to the middle of May, pretty much straight down, but then you look at every day's intraday action, and it's just kind of a fuck show, up, down, up, down, up, down, only to matriculate lower. And that's what I'm anticipating. We're going to experience. Probably going to move higher. That sells off, blah, blah, blah. So, taking things day by day. I stopped the share so you could hop in if you got any market outlook to give it to them.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, there's the 10-year.
Yes. You already, touched on that perfectly. Again, you touched on energy. And this was kind of, we're in this obvious trend with energy. And, let's not fight this trend. But if we do break this trend and we do break below this 109, we probably do, H over a little bit and continue to trade in this range. But if we stay within it, looks great. The only sector really worth noting on my end for like a support buyback, again, all the other ones, utilities, technology, healthcare, materials, they're all just so weak or in the middle of their relative ranges where you can't really do much, where telecom has been very weak this past year. You can see that on these very obvious red horizontal diagonal lines showing the breakdown stage. And recently, telecom has started to shift into more of a base. So we can see it trading more horizontally, in this fashion. And we don't want to be buying 105 perfectly, but down here, it more likely is going to shake out this 90 pivot. But that's not really our concern. We really want to just be buying on the way back up. And for now, that could be up to this 96. So sector-wise, the only thing really I'd be wanting to put risk on would be up to this 96 in telecom. But more than likely, it's going to see lower prices in the short term. And then if and when that day comes, I'd be looking to buy this VOX or Verizon or T-Mobile, those stocks, back up through this little base that's been forming. And again, the rest is, I don't want to be a broken record of just to continue to avoid as these stocks or sectors break down. But even, for consumer, staples, we bought through this breakout, we bought through this break in the flag, we got stopped out. It was a great, exit for us. It's pulling back in this range. And if and when consumer staples kind of shake out this low, as Shake mentioned before, the broad index, that's the time we can look to kind of get back in after the shakeout, not trying to catch that shakeout. We want it, to get shaken out first, because again, people are going to panic on the way down. They're not going to perfectly jump in the market right back at that retest of that prior low. That's a little 1 or 2 minute summary.
Right, yeah. Where do you want to go from here? What do we like?
We got top ideas and book of the week, top ideas and go to bad trade.
Bad trade. All right, let me start. I've been talking about these uranium stocks for a while. These ones are setting up. These are a long-term play. I started building a position. I mean, shit, I'm up a little bit in these. You laugh, but you're gonna say, what are you gonna say? Oh, market's hard right now. I haven't done any
No,
research. Oh,
no,
market's
I like when
hard.
you get,
Market's
I like when you
hard
have like
right
these
now. Okay.
broad like
I
theses
like
of
I like this uranium. I like this the miners, all right. I like LEU. They're they do the clean energy in the space. That one needs time, but through that 52, looks like it's got a nice pop coming. I like the CCJ a lot. If this one can come down to this 27, 28 area, I liked a little pullback buy on this one right here. And then as far as and then so we got that news out of Russia Friday. So I immediately bought this GLNG because they're shutting off the pipeline to Europe, right?
Mhm.
So Europe is going to have to kind of scramble to get gas and heating supplies over there, right? So who stands to benefit the most? Shippers, companies who ship petroleum in different forms, and it becomes heating oil and things like that. So Golar LNG is the top dog in the space, and then Scorpio Tankers is this is why I made them trade of the week. They're another big dog in the space. So we want to buy through these highs if they can break the 44. I bought a little bit here at 42 today. I'm willing to buy down to 40 against this 39 area. So that's the bulk of the things I do. And then this PXD, I like this one on the pullback. If this can pivot here, this 238 area, I'm gonna watch for that one. And then Oxy, coming right back down to that area. We bought the hell out of the 66. So if it can come down and retest this area and put in a pivot, I think that's a great low risk opportunity to get involved in something that's been a market leader. Good trade, bad trade. Let me get started over here. Oxy, I tried to get in this Oxy a little bit today, and you'll see what I was looking at. We go on a 15-minute chart. It bounced off that 67 area. It began to bounce midday, and then it just kind of fluttered and fell with the rest of the market. So I got out of that one. But I have no problem revisiting that one. I had this short going in LHX, and it's good trade and a bad trade all at once, and I'll show you why. So you can see nice little bear flag forming here on the daily chart. This is why I was getting involved. I shorted through the support level. I think this was Thursday or so. Shorted through the support level, covered a little bit, shorted more all when it retested resistance and failed. And I covered into that. And then today I got ticked out on the up move. I probably should have given more room. I should probably give it to either this 233.50 or this 235 area. But I'm keeping it tight. The market's oversold. This name's not breaking down. It's a defense name. I'm not entirely bearish on the sector. It's like a competitor to NOC. Wartime stocks are still very good right now. So I don't have massive conviction in that one. What else? What else? What else? That's really it for the most part. Yeah, you can take us home from here, Hoss. Tell me how the market's hard.
All right, might be quick. So for good and bad trade, I only had one from last week, is AZN. And this is why we love using sell stops so much. So I bought through this 68, market weakness on the end of last week, and got smoked. This was the proper out on this 66, $2 risk. Took that loss, and in the moment, it was like you feel like you're getting shaken out, and you look at it a week later, and you're glad that you weren't involved in this, 10% plus, 14% drop from the entry. So I'm glad to have taken that $2 loss and have avoided this. This is, for me, is a good failed trade. It didn't, it triggered, failed. I got up, pretty quickly, and this could have gotten much worse had this been the name that I wasn't watching or didn't have a hard stop in, and you get stuck this day, and you really can't get out, and then you have to sit through the next month or two as this thing kind of settles out. So this is another one, probably is going to have to shake out this like 60 area, this kind of recent trend line that it's been supporting this whole year. If it's going to hold here, maybe I have to buy back up to the 62. Earnings aren't for quite a bit of time, so there's enough time to kind of trade. Maybe 68 is going to be just more resistance for now, and I need to find an entry down here near support, or it's going to smoke the support area, and then it's just kind of broadly in a void. Only thing for really top ideas, again, scanning most of the names, most of the major stocks, when the market's weak, it's kind of hard to find them. But Airbnb was one that is still kind of basing out here, again, it's more of a recent IPO. So it's not as heavily correlated to the market as a name, like Pepsi or Apple that's been, it's going to trade very closely with the broad market. So we have this base forming down here in this Airbnb, this 125, kind of 120 area. Keeping a close eye on. Again, earnings aren't for quite a bit. We just had earnings beginning of August. So we have that, it's out of the way. So looking to buy this up to 120, first 110 for now, and then potentially adding to that like kind of 125, 126 there through that pivot high would be kind of the next entry for Airbnb. So that's the main stock I'm keeping a close eye on this week.
All right, I like it.
All right, so I think
last thing is everyone keeps asking me when we're making the move to Discord. People want to know. You see, I got my Discord mic right here. When we making the move.
I think we're pretty close. I mean, we have to just test the alerts a little bit more. Once we get a couple good days the alerts are working, then I think we're ready to send everybody over.
Right. Well, exciting things coming, folks. And with that, we bid you adieu until the next week. Catch you guys on the next Chart Talk. Like, subscribe, all that. You got any questions, hit us up. We got you guys. Till next time. Peace.